Throughout human history, we've witnessed events that have not only shaped our world, but changed the very course of life on Earth. From towering tsunamis to deadly earthquakes, these disasters remind us how small we are in the face of nature's untamable power. But one question keeps emerging. What was the worst natural disaster in human history? Let's take a deep dive into this compelling question, exploring the largest, most devastating events that have rocked our planet. Stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll have a new perspective on the forces of nature and what they've meant for humanity. When we think about natural disasters, it's easy to be overwhelmed by the sheer scale of destruction they cause. But what makes a disaster the worst? Is it the death toll, the environmental impact, or the lasting psychological trauma it leaves behind? Let's start with the worst natural disaster in terms of the loss of life, the 1931 China floods. But was it the most devastating? Number 1, the 1931 China floods. In 1931, China experienced the deadliest flood in recorded history when the Yangtze, Yellow, and Huai rivers overflowed their banks. A perfect storm of heavy rain, dam failures, and rising river levels inundated vast regions, destroying entire cities and displacing millions. The flood submerged villages, homes, crops, and businesses, leaving behind a landscape of devastation and sorrow. With an estimated death toll between 1 and 4 million, the scale of the disaster was unimaginable, wiping out entire communities. The 1931 China floods serve as a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature, showing how sudden and devastating forces can change the course of history. Number 2, the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. On December 26, 2004, the Indian Ocean tsunami struck, triggered by a powerful 9.1 to 9.3 magnitude earthquake beneath the ocean. A towering wave reaching up to 30 meters devastated 14 countries, from Indonesia to Sri Lanka, Thailand to India. Coastal communities were hit with brutal force, killing an estimated 230,000 people. Entire villages were washed away, families torn apart, and infrastructure obliterated. The haunting memory of that day lives on for survivors, still hearing the roar of the waves in their nightmares. Yet, as tragic as it was, there's another natural disaster whose scale and destruction surpass even this. Number 3, the 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora. In 1815, Mount Tambora on the island of Sumbawa in Indonesia erupted with catastrophic force, sending massive amounts of ash and gases into the atmosphere. This eruption blocked sunlight and plunged global temperatures, leading to what became known as the year without a summer. Crops failed across the northern hemisphere, causing widespread famine and disease, while 71,000 died from the eruption itself. The long-term effects, food shortages and economic collapse, lasted for years. Tambora's eruption is a stark reminder of Earth's raw power, but could there be an even more terrifying event in history? Number 4, the 1556 Shaanxi earthquake. In 1556, the Shaanxi earthquake struck China with a magnitude of 8.0, becoming the deadliest earthquake in recorded history. Entire cities were reduced to rubble, landslides swept through mountains, and survivors were left to sift through the wreckage. With an estimated 830,000 lives lost, the devastation was immense. Survivors faced the daunting task of rebuilding in a world where resources were scarce and infrastructure destroyed. But could this disaster be the worst in history, or are there even greater tragedies that have left a more profound mark on humanity? What defines the worst natural disaster? Is it the immediate destruction or the long-term impact? Take the 2010 Haiti earthquake. Though its death toll wasn't the highest, its devastation was immense for a nation already struggling with poverty. Hundreds of thousands died, and Haiti's recovery was slow, with entire communities still rebuilding physically, economically, and emotionally years later. These events remind us that nature's fury stretches beyond the immediate. Yet, in the face of such devastation, the resilience of the human spirit shines, proving our remarkable ability to endure, adapt, and rise again. If you're ready to uncover the most powerful and haunting moments in our planet's history, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've created a deep dive disaster survival guide filled with historical insights and preparedness tips. Just click the link below to learn how to stay safe when nature strikes. Your journey to understanding the forces that shape our world starts now. As we look at the history of natural disasters, one thing becomes clear: we can't predict or control the forces of nature. What we can control is how we respond. The worst disasters are often defined not just by their impact on our world, but by how we rebuild afterward. And it's that resilience that makes the human story one of survival, perseverance, and hope. But as we continue to experience the unpredictable power of nature, one question remains: are we truly prepared for the next disaster? I want to hear from you. What do you think is the worst natural disaster in human history? Is it the loss of life, the economic toll, or the environmental destruction that makes it the most devastating? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more fascinating discussions like this one.